Okay, so you see, when we talk about agricultural policies here in Nigeria, how it's broken and how the system is broken, how the infrastructural system around this sector is broken, and that's why the system is not really going as it should, improving as it should. It's easier for us to attribute it to corruption. It's easier for us to attribute it to incompetence, which I'm not dismissing. On one hand, it exists, yes. Corruption, incompetence has been a reason for so many things. But there is another thing we are not even speaking about enough, which is inconsistency in government policies. So you see, here in Nigeria, I'm using Nigeria as a case study in this case, is our government changes hand in basically 4 years. After 4 years, a new government comes. Basically, if we are fortunate enough, probably some government have 2 tenures, which is 8 years. But one pattern you always see is when a new government comes in, it doesn't really always sustain the previous government's policies. And a good policy doesn't really take 4 years to implement a good policy. It takes a while. And you need to understand that the food system, basically, it doesn't really operate on tenures. It operates on nature timeline. So there are some crops, there are some trees you plant, and it basically takes up to 7 years, 5 years at least to grow to maturity, to grow to a point where you start harvesting these things. And some of these policies might be favoring it, but when the new government comes in, it changes everything. And I'll give you an example. You see, like here in Nigeria, the previous government actually placed a ban on rice importation to boost local production, and which was going well. Yeah, it affected the last point in time. There were increase in price and many other things, because everything has its own advantage and disadvantage, has its own upside and downside. However, it boosts local production, helped many startups. Everybody were gaining from it. The processor, the farmers, it was doing well, with the aim of getting to a point of self-sufficient in the rice production. However, when the new government came in, basically they just abolished that policy and opened the border, raised the ban on rice. And that particular decision actually affected many people. It actually crumbled many businesses. Some people who have been storing rice, some people who have produced rice, there was an overflow in market and it crashed the prices. It affected the production, it affected so much. And that has been the circle over time. I can tell you so many other policies that has come in like that and affected so much. And that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that you need to understand that government policies is one of the reasons why the system is broken. New government comes in with new policies, abolish the old ones that has already, or abandon the old ones that have already been existing, and basically come with their own new policies. And that's why when you want to invest in agriculture, these are things you need to really understand. Because if you ask me, I won't really advise you to invest in any business or in any value chain that has to do with government, that has government policies or probably subsidy and the rest. Because understanding this will really help your investment, really help you secure your investment, really help you invest wisely and safely. Because just a change in government policies, just an introduction in government policies can really crumble everything you're doing, can really take you out of the market. And that's not what you really want. So that's why you need to understand government policies. You need to know what is going on. You need to understand government incentive. You need to know which particular crops the government policies are protecting. And you don't build a business around those things. You don't build a business around subsidies. You need to understand the volatility of the currency and everyday economy. You need to know these things. This information you need to know. You don't just